He was a heartthrob who graced the walls of every girl's bedroom, but he says it didn't really make him happy. Here to tell us why, please welcome Nik Kershaw. Hi, Nik, how are you? Nik, you're welcome. It's great to have you here.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Nik, I said, I'm probably exaggerating there a bit when I say it didn't make you very happy, but you were a huge star. I lived through it myself, but probably 84 to 85, 2 huge albums, loads of hits, culminating in, you played at Live Aid, which I had kind of forgotten, but not something you were entirely comfortable with, that kind of superstardom.
I wasn't really prepared for it. I mean, it's what I wanted to do. I didn't make any secret. It's one of the things that drove me was to be, you know, I wanted to be famous. I wanted to be a famous guitarist, singer, whatever. But when it actually happened, I didn't quite realise what it entailed. You know,
I mean, what did it entail?
And I played in bands for about 7 or 8 years before that, and I was playing fusion gigs and prog gigs and playing in pubs in front of you know people my own age, and and I'm standing at the back, you know, with my amp and pint of lager, and that's kind of where that was my comfort zone. And my other comfort zone was in the studio and writing and working on songs and creating the music, but actually going out and standing in front of one of those, you know, camera and getting in and out of limos and
were the girls screaming everywhere you went in that?
Yeah, that was the really bewildering thing. Yeah, bewildering. That was the word for it. For
really,
about 3 years. Yeah, because I didn't. As I said, I was the first time I actually got sort of confronted by my audience was the first day of a tour at the Westcliff Pavilion in Southend. And I walked on stage, and I don't think I heard a note I played.
So it's like the Beatles in Shea Stadium.
It was unbelievable. Yeah. I just didn't hear. It was just an hour and a half of screaming. Yeah.
And you were, because you were a proper musician. You weren't one of these kind of boy band manufactured situations. And like a lot of musicians, I guess, like you kind of hinted at it there, musicians can be introverted kind of figures. I suppose what a lot of them do to get through those kind of situations is drugs. Did you not try that?
Luckily, I just didn't get on with it. I had a go, but for, you know, just Coke just made me stay awake, so that was no good.
I think that's the idea of it in some way.
Well, yeah, I know, but I just said, well, I want to go to bed now, and I couldn't, so that was just rubbish. So no, I just never got on with them. Fortunately for me,
that was lucky, wasn't it?
It was very lucky because I got, you know, quite an addictive personality. Okay. So it could have gone horribly wrong. Yeah.
So having kind of struggled with that then, you kind of then decided to, was it because of the struggling with all the fame and everything that you kind of went away for a few years then?
I wanted to get some control back, yeah. Because it was like 2 or 3 years of just being on this really fast-moving train that you couldn't get off. Okay. And it was... you never felt like you had a handle on anything, you know. I was fine with the music and the writing the songs and recording and stuff like that. That was fine, but everything else was just kind of going on in spite of you, you know.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So I just want to go. Oh, hang on a minute. Just can we take a breather here? And I took about 2 years to record the next album after that.
Okay, and that was kind of a mistake, you think, in retrospect, to go away for that long?
A mistake for, well, it depends why it was a mistake. I mean, career-wise, yeah, maybe it was to disappear because people have got short memories, you know. Yeah. But for my soul, it was probably a good idea, yeah. Yeah,
and you've continued recording, of course, and all that kind of thing. With brilliant new
I did until '89. Then I stopped altogether for about 9 years, and I just wrote and produced for other people. Mm-hmm. And then I got back on the horse in about '98, I guess.
And when you perform now, is it that awful situation where you've got a new album right now, and you want to play the new album, and everyone's going, do the riddle, do the riddle? Is it that kind of thing?
Yeah, but I don't mind anymore. I mean, I went through a period, sort of late 90s and stuff, when I kind of resented it a little bit. But then I kind of sort of suddenly realised, I mean, I was so overexposed back in the 80s, and so many people got to hear those songs. Most people are going to associate me with those songs. I mean, that's fair. Unless I want to go through that all over again, and I'm not prepared to do that,
Yeah.
then that's always going to be the case. So I
So
don't
you've
mind.
kind of made your peace with.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind doing the old stuff, and it's like a sharing thing with the crowd. And they're great because if you're in a crowd that's a bit unfamiliar with stuff, you can sort of play them a new one, and when the eyes start glazing over, you just whip one of the old ones out. So
Yeah, okay. Listen, you look very well.
Thank you very much.
But I guess because I haven't seen you in the meantime,
yeah.
you know, I don't know if I expected
I've
you
got a
still
little
to
older,
have.
Brendan.
Yeah. But do you have to at some
understand.
stage going to give up trying to look like Nik Kershaw?
I'm aware of the fact that people will be a bit disappointed.
I'm not disappointed. You look great.
No,
in a
it's
different
not
way.
that. But surprised. I mean, because I disappeared for so long. I mean, we've grown up with George Michael and all those people. They've grown up with us, and when we just kind of, you know, they're always in the news, they're always in the papers. We get to see them growing
So we see
older,
them
you know.
gradually change.
Exactly. Yeah. But you know, ladies and gentlemen, Nik Kershaw. What happened there? You know, it's like that was a long time ago.
Yeah, but you're not that old. You got married again recently, and you have a 2-year-old kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you meet your wife in Ireland on the plane to Ireland?
It was close.
or-
I met her in the speedy boarding line at Stansted Airport. Yeah, we were both going to a mutual friend's birthday party. We invested in property in South Cork, West Cork.
Oh,
Sorry.
you poor bastard. when?
It was around about 2005.
Okay, so how's it
Yeah.
doing now?
It's probably worth about a third of what we paid for it. Yeah.
That's rough. You see, we don't mind that we did it to ourselves, like, but we kind of get embarrassed when we drag foreigners into our
Well, you know,
mess.
I'm a grown up. I can take my knocks.
Actually, near a tree by the river, with a hole in the ground, there's an old man of iron, has planning permission for about 80 apartments and a shopping centre, and so you could redo this song, make it
Right?
into
Yeah,
that,
I could do. I'll think about that.
So, do you? Is the house an investment? Do you stay down in West Cork? Or?
I love it in West Cork. It's absolutely beautiful. It's near Clonakilty.
Oh, lovely, yeah.
We don't get to spend much time there, unfortunately. But
It probably sickens you to look at it. It's like,
but it's a holiday let now. It gets used as a holiday let.
Oh, okay, all right. We'll run up the website maybe.
Yeah, too. Yeah.
Listen, so
absolutely.
you've new album out now, 8.
Uh-huh.
It's called, yeah. And you excited about that?
I am. Yeah, it's been a long time. It seems to be about six years in between albums.
Mm-hmm.
And it came out in August, and it got well received, and I've enjoyed. We just come off a tour of the UK, which was a lot of fun. And I'm just enjoying the whole process now. It's just a completely different thing nowadays.
You do seem quite comfortable now with the whole
It's just
thing,
no.
eh?
It's just not as important. You know, it's not such a big deal. It's
Yeah.
not. It seems so life and death back in the day. You know, it just seems so desperately important. When it really wasn't. It's just pop music, for God's sake.
Exactly. And will you come back and maybe later in the show and do a song from the album?
I'd love to.
Listen, it was great talking to you. Really was. Ladies and gentlemen, Nik Kershaw.
Thank you.
Okay, join us after the break when I'll be meeting John, Rob and Ben, who 15 years on remember their father, the late, great Dermot Morgan. See you after this. Okay, time now for music. With his new track, You're the Best, please welcome back Nik Kershaw.
It's a pleasure and an honor, and I really wouldn't want to get the words wrong. I could make it easy with a poem or a cheesy little love song. I like to play it cool, I wouldn't want to look the fool, I wouldn't want to be a stalker or a freak. But we've got a situation that is quite unique.
Nik Kershaw, ladies and gentlemen. And Nick's new album, 8, is available now.